Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at Anno Online as a free-to-play strategy browser-based builder based upon the long-standing and long-running standalone title Anno. And the multiple years that were involved there. But anyways, let's get into this. We're gonna look at this. As you can see, I've already built up my city pretty good. I'm gonna go over all the little features and stuff like that about what's going on in the game and all that. Now you see, I've got housing, I've got all kinds of different stuff. Now there's a lot going on here, so I'm going to work my way around the interface and then kind of get into some gameplay stuff and some tips. Now, you'd see down here in the bottom, you've got my little character right there, Limpy. I'm an apprentice, I'm level 6, and you've got your little bar that goes around right here that is actually experience. You'll earn experience by completing quests and doing different stuff like that. Now you can see here, I have a bunch of quests. You can also click on this little book right here and be able to open up and see your quests. Basically deliver 20 milk, okay. You've got a bunch of different stuff. Wheat trader, swordsman tournament, deliver 7 cider, small city, which means accomplish 1 merchant. We'll talk about how that works in a second. Own a shipyard, a hemp plantation, all this different stuff that's going on. So let's go ahead and get out of that and look into some of the things that I do have that I do need to do. Now, you see that I was talking about population, and population is all based upon your residence buildings. Now, we can move up here a little bit, and you can see I've got all of these pioneer residents. Let's zoom in so you guys can see that. It's really cool. You can zoom in, you can see people move around the city, you can see these guys move around the city. Now, one thing you may notice is watch this guy. When he gets onto the brick road, let's see if he starts to speed up. Well, either way, you see the guys that are on the brick road, they're moving a lot faster than the guys that are on here, and you'll upgrade that, and you'll be able to upgrade to a stone road once you get access to stone. And you can see that right here. I have my mason right there. My island storage is full. But either way, let's get back to the residents. So the residents here, you've got this, and you've got pioneer, and then I've got vassals. And basically, this is just like the middle class, the lower class, the upper class, so on and so forth. There has to be so many of each class to support. It's just like a store. You can't have everybody be managers. Some people have to be cashiers, and some people have to be boxers, and some people have to, there's different roles in every different facet of life, and that happens in the game as well. You have to have the different things to support. So we can see our full population here right now. We've got 912 pioneers and we've got 1,605 vassals. Now you see here that there's these little arrows here. Now we're going to move over here, and I like to keep mine nice and neat. So that's a distribution center. So first let's go over here and we can click on this, and you can see all of these different things that are full green. That means that I can actually upgrade this residence and upgrade it to a vassal and make them, kind of the middle class. And you see that this is a little lacking, but we'll get into that in a second. But essentially, I've given them enough fish, I've given them plenty of milk, I've given them the clothing that they want, all these different things, and then I've given them plenty of security, and then I've given them their faith. And you can see the faith buildings are down here in the chapels and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and upgrade this building, and there we go. And one of the cool things that I really like about this is not every single building is the same. Now you see you do have some crossover here. These two vassals look the same, but this vassal looks different, this vassal looks different. So we've got a couple of different graphics for the different types of buildings, which is really kind of neat. You could see that as well with the pioneer buildings also. So that's kind of cool to see that that's set up. Now you see after I upgraded that building, you see this little thing went down into the yellow. And the reason that went down into the yellow is because they do not have enough of the different resources that I have to offer. So basically they want some hemp. So they want me to go ahead and build a hemp farm and start farming hemp and creating some hemp clothing for them. So what we can do is down here you can see we've kind of started to create our different farming areas. We've got a farming area here, we've got a farming area on the other side. So we're going to go down here, we're going to click on the build a building, go over to the thread type, which is right there. We've got so much going on the screen. It was freezing out a little bit, but it looks like it's corrected itself. Then we can click on, let's zoom out a little bit. See if we can get these animations. In these flash games, you can always have too many animations going at once, and the game starts to freak out. So we'll zoom out. Now you see, as I tried to go ahead and create hemp, it says that my area lacks the fertility to be able to build that. So you do have to have certain requirements met to be able to build those things. So I can't actually build hemp and make those guys more excited about moving on to the next level. But let's move around the area and take a look at some different things. One of the things I want to show you guys is over here I've got my wheat field. So let's get over and down into there and take a look at what's going on in this little area. So we've got all my wheat fields. And one of the reasons that I wanted to show you this is because you see I've got wheat fields, then I've got my bakery here, and then I've got my mill. And now when I go into my resources up here, I can look at food and see how that's going. Now, I'm essentially out of wheat, I'm out of flour, and I'm out of bread. Now, the thing is as you see here, they're just a 0 total. So essentially, I'm creating enough wheat right now to support my other buildings. But I actually want to get a surplus going, so I actually would like to create more wheat. Now, one of the things that you want to notice is that I kind of built so many bakeries with so many wheat farms with so many mills. Now, one of the ways that I did that was in the game's early going, you get this friend right here. And you notice that he's level 50. So his building is very, very nicely built up. So let's go visit his island and take a look at his island, because one of the nice things about seeing an island that's really built up, let's zoom out on this, is you can kind of get an idea of, okay, what are my ratios supposed to be? How should I build things? Where should I build things? Obviously, I looked at this, I saw the wheat farms down here, I said, oh, he's got 2 wheat farms per bakery with a distribution house and a mill. So as you take and you move through the different levels of your city, you want to maybe take a look at that and say, okay, well, let's take and let's upgrade this, or let's move over to here. Let's make sure that I've got plenty of this. Distribution houses become very important in the game, as sometimes your different areas will fill up. You want to make sure there's plenty of distribution houses. Now, right now, I'm actually full up on a bunch of different stuff, so I actually need to go spend some of my different resources. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm actually going to upgrade my harbor. So you see right here, we're going to zoom in. There's my kind of my harbor master. It's kind of a ragtag because it's that early on harbor master. So let's go ahead and get that selected. Come on now, give it to me. There we go. Fraps and Flash games do not like each other very much. So now when you upgrade these, you actually increase some different things here. Now, one of the things that you also have to pay attention to is, do you have the upgrade materials? So I need 225 stone, I need 175 wood, I need 125,000 gold. Now I have 250,000 gold, so I have plenty. So we'll go ahead and upgrade that, and as you see, that immediately changes its look and style. And we can take a look at our harbor master, and you see now this has moved to 2. We have no negative here. And so our harbor master's office is doing much better now, and so he's ready to go. Now we can also take, and let's zoom out a little bit, we can continue to move around the map, and we can see all kinds of different stuff that needs to be upgraded, like this distribution center here, except I think this takes a little more gold than what I have. Yeah, it takes 125,000 gold, and I have 124.6. So we're not going to be able to do that right now. But you may have noticed when I clicked on that, there was kind of a circle or kind of an area that was highlighted. And what we can do is we can pick any building, and we can click on it like this. Let's say this marketplace right here. And what we can see is we can see this medium marketplace. We can see its influence. And when you do build your residence, you have to build those residents inside of the influence of several different buildings. And that's essentially what causes these to reach certain levels, especially these ones right here, such as your security or your services, your entertainment, and your faith. Those are the big ones. Now, the other stuff can be delivered by your distribution centers, but you have to make sure that you have those ones within a certain range. So that's why you see this carpenter's workshop, which is creating service, is covering all of this area. Then this chapel is covering a much larger space. And then you've got this tavern, which is creating entertainment, and that covers an even larger space. So we're actually going to take and, let's see, we can ascend this. Actually, we'll wait, because I want to take and go over here for you guys and show you some more of these areas over here. So as you can see, each of these, as I've expanded, I've grown into those areas and built up a lot of pioneer housing, and then eventually turning those into vassals. Now when we get over here, you see you've got all these different open areas that you can select and open up your entire island to be able to be built upon. Now you can only do these once your island reaches a certain level as far as its size. So you can see right here, this undiscovered sector is now available to me, but I need 150 gold, I need 350 milk, and I need 200 bread. Now as you saw when I was showing you guys my resources, I'm out of bread because my people are eating it all. So I actually don't want to expand my people anymore. I need to start expanding those goods and getting more of those goods being built. Now I've actually taken, let's close this. I've actually taken and put a bunch of milk farms down here, and even with those milk farms, I'm still having a little bit of difficulty generating milk. So I need to really develop almost all of this area here with wheat and milk farms and stuff of that nature. Let's see, actually, how are we doing on milk? Let's go ahead and click on that. We've got 13, so you can see it's really slow going. So I really need to do a lot more because I'm only generating 4.49 in the last 5-6 hours. So I need to really up my milk production, or I'm going to have to literally just sit on it and wait forever for that milk to be produced. But one thing that you have to be careful of is that when you do build in certain areas, you can't overlap too much. As you can see right here, I've got this lumberjack, and let's click on him and you'll see his kind of sphere of influence. But you see he's only 84% effective, and that's because I've got different things kind of encroaching upon his farmland. So what I need to do is I need to actually take, and let's grab this right here. Let's close that out, and then we'll grab this, and we might be able to move some of this stuff to some other spots and open up maybe a little bit more of his area. Nope, that actually took away some of his area. So we need to, we were not trying to take away from his area, so we moved that. Let's go ahead and we're going to move it one more time. And now with some of these buildings, you can actually rotate them, move them around, make them fit into different spaces. So it does really become like a puzzle. But you see the place that I took it from was pretty wide open. So I'm actually going to leave that one there. I'm going to grab this one right here, see if that one makes a difference. Sliding it right into here. Did that make any difference for you, buddy? Are you still at 84%? So that didn't really matter too much. But you can see right here, because this is kind of barren, he's not getting the full utilization of that area. But either way, you want to be really careful what you build in certain spots, because you want to make sure that you keep things open for buildings such as that. But let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we'll go in here, we'll grab ourselves some roads, and as you level up, you see these different areas. As you get to certain types of population, that'll open up your different types of buildings. So like right now, I can build additional shipyards. I can also build a dock, adds additional loading slot to the harbor, reduces load time. I can also build a naval engineer, the construction of powerful ship items. So that also allows me to start trading with other players and getting items that they have that I don't have, and selling off my surplus. So the game also has a trading factor to it, as well as just this building factor. So you're going to want to take and look at those. But either way, we need to get some more milk going. So we're going to take and build this. We're going to build this right here. And then once you do build these buildings, you want to go ahead and click on them, and you actually need to get the pasture going. Well, first off, we need to get it a road so it's actually doing something. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use a fast moving road first of all, and let's get that cruising out this direction. And we can actually move and set these roads up to move pretty far. We're going to go just like that, because what we're going to do is we're going to throw that one down, and we will actually throw a second one down right next to it. And we really need to pump up this milk production. So there we go. There's another one. And see, now this one is saying it does not have any fields. So what we need to do is we need to click on it, click on our fields, and then we pick where we want our fields to go. So we're going to drop a field right, let's see how far we go. There we go. Get it right out there. And then we'll grab this one, because it needs a field as well. And then we'll throw that right into that space right there. And that leaves this area open for another milk farm or something of that nature. But we need some more wheat fields as well. So let's go ahead and let's build some roads, get ourselves out here a little bit more, and go to there. Let's see what we can squeeze into. You got to squeeze the life out of all these different spaces that you can. So let's see, we can actually throw this right here. So what we'll do is, see, we'll throw that in that corner there, and the nice thing is we can actually build a road down to it, just like that, and then we can take and build wheat farms all over the place. So where can we build these wheat farms? Here, and oh, that's just gonna block us out. So see, you gotta be very careful where you build these things, because you'll get blocked out like that. So where can we, so see, that's not going to be advantageous for me to build that there, because I'm going to be blocked out like that. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move this building. I'm going to move it to right here, and then that should allow me to build a second wheat field down in that area. Nope, it's not. But I can build it back up here, but once again, I'll block myself out. So we're going to throw it back in that corner like that. Then we'll take and we'll build a road through here. Now the difficulty is once you build a road, you kind of put yourself in a situation where you may or may not be able to utilize it. Now I'm going to take, and I am going to utilize that road by taking and throwing an additional mill right in there. And then let's go ahead and make sure, I don't think I got that road all the way down to it. So there we go. Now that road, oh, no, it's not just yet. So let's get this to right there like so. There we go. Now we've got this going, we've got that wheat farm, and we want another wheat farm going, because like I saw in our friend who is level 50, he has 2 wheat farms per bakery and per mill. So what we're going to do is make sure we've got a road out like that. Then we'll go ahead and click on him, get that one there, and it looks like we can throw that one way back there. So I'm actually going to move this one away from the road, because the road allows me to build stuff, whereas I don't need a wheat farm. I don't need the wheat farms to be right near the road. So we can take, and we've got that guy right there. Now we want to take and we want to build up our nice little bakery. Nope, that's a mill. Get off of there. So let's build up a nice little bakery to start making bread. I think we have some space maybe even over here. So see, what we can do is we can plant this, even though it's not near the actual wheat farms. Our distribution house does have influence to these bakeries right here. So you can see here, you've got the distribution house. It has access to a lot of different space. So it will go over here, it will get the wheat, and then it will take it to not only the mill, but it will also take it to the bakeries that are over here as well. So you can move stuff around and have it in different spaces and not have to have it all tightly knit together, as long as it has access to the distribution house. So as you can see, from a builder standpoint, the game has a lot of different things going on. It's kind of cool. It's kind of fun to play. It's kind of nice because sometimes you get in a situation where you're like me and you run out of stuff to build with. So you'll end up taking and moving stuff around, and you'll restructure, and you can configure your entire island if you want to at any given time. So either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. Also, don't forget to comment and like these videos. We really do appreciate that feedback. If you'd like to play or learn more about Anno Online, you can see the full game profile at MMODen.com, or just click the link in the description. Until next time, thanks for watching.